Here are your WOD notes for October the 24th. It's Friday, end of the week. We start a new cycle next week. Today we're going to do some strength in the form of all body, right? Lower, upper, core. It's going to serve both as a chance to do some things that are strength building, work at some stuff that is that you get to work at in the context of sort of by itself and make sure it's good rather than rushing through it like you might in a workout. And then the other thing is that it's perfect. It sort of lends itself very well. It perfectly almost mirrors the movements you're going to do in the WOD today, all of them, all two of them, I mean. And so it'll be like a little bit of a primer for that, if that makes sense. Meaning, like, you shouldn't feel like you need to warm up too much more for that workout. It's coming, and you will have already sort of been prepared for it. All right, the strength. We have some barbell reverse lunges, and it's going to be 8 per side, but it's going to be light enough because you guys did lunges on Monday, and we have Chad coming up. I don't know if you guys knew that. Look up what Chad is if you're not sure. Well, it's 1,000 box step ups. So even if you were like, hey, we already did lunges this week, yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of them. And those are box step ups, but they're very lunge like. So let's make sure that we're priming our legs in advance. Reason the barbell is going to be on, barbell will be on your back today. The reason we're going with reverse lunges with a back racked barbell is I want you to just picture a reverse lunge for a second. And really the reason people with knee and stability issues prefer, maybe even like they don't know that they prefer it, but when it comes time to try to do a lunge, they find that it's more comfortable to go backwards. Why? The leg that's going to do most work, it's stable. It stays where it was already planted, and it stays there. And then you just go back with the other knee and the leg doing the work, or where both legs are doing work. The leg over top of which most of the weight is gonna have to, it doesn't have to move at all. So it remains very, very stable, particularly if you do it correctly and have a little bit of a pitch forward. So you're hinged a little bit, you keep the weight over that leg, and in that way it becomes a little bit more safe on your knees when we have a back rack barbell. 8 per side of that. Don't stop, right? Well, you can stop, but don't rack the bar or drop the bar. Don't break up your sets if you can avoid it. After that, we're going to do some handstand holds. We're going to do wall facing handstand holds. So we can basically prime the wall walks by doing one, getting as pitch up, as upside down as possible. Super super active shoulders, and optionally, this would just say completely optional, but for 30 seconds you're going to be doing that hold. If you have the ambition to maybe one day do some handstand walking, you can do some shoulder taps. And to know that drill, if you haven't done that before, you're leaning ever so slightly to the side that's doing the holding, right? So lean to that side tap, lean to that side tap, lean to that side tap. It's very quick, and you have the option to do that today. It's just a way to kill the time, but also a way to practice going side to side like that. And then lastly, we'll work on hollow rocks. So what we put in the notes today is exactly what we mean. We know that not everyone can last for a good 20 hollow rocks. What we want is your best set of great looking hollow rocks that really get what we're trying to do with that position. Braced core, you're pulling your belly button into the floor. You are reaching length and tension with both your arms and your legs. They should be great. And then you should be one rockin' boat rather than disjointed parts. Lower and upper half should be working in concert. All right, the WOD today. This one is a couplet, but it's got my least favorite movement of all time, weighted step ups. We're going to use a pair of dumbbells to step up to a 20-inch box. Everyone will use the 20-inch box today, and the challenge will come from both the volume and the fact that we're holding onto a pair of dumbbells. I'm not going to police the way in which you hold the dumbbells today, but I know for most people, the most efficient way is going to be at your side, like a farmer carry, where you can use the momentum of a little bit of a rock as as the dumbbells rock forwards, our weight goes with them, and we can sort of in time with that step up to the box. These are step ups, not step overs, so make sure you stand up tall at the top of each one, and then both feet touch the top, both feet touch the ground in between reps. Be as efficient as you can. This is a little bit of a Chad forewarner, all right? So it's coming up in a couple of weeks. After that, you got wall walks. So this is a descending ladder, so to speak. It's 30 step-ups, 9 wall walks, 20 step-ups, 6 wall walks, 10 step-ups, 3 wall walks. All right, so, we wrote in the notes today that the bottleneck today is wall walks. And for most people, that's true. I could see that there could be some people who are good enough at wall walks where it's actually the step ups that are or maybe they'd take equal amount of time. But for most people, if you're trying to do RX wall walks, take your time at them. We have a 20-minute cap today. Yeah, you're not going to feel like doing 9 in a row. If that's not what you got right now, and you can do like 1, rest for a little bit, 1, rest for a little bit, you should feel like you've got time to do that today, as long as they're good, right? And we've got a whole host of ways in which we can modify them today. So keep in mind, a workout like this, once you're done the 30 and the 9, that's half. So you got one more half to do after that, but broken up in a little bit of a more easier way than you think. All right. The step-ups, they have a little bit, possibly, depending on how you hold them, of a grip stimulus. The only thing that's keeping it from being an over-the-top grip stimulus is that I don't expect you to do 30 in a row. You might do sets of 10, maybe 15, something like that. The weights should be light enough, or should I say heavy enough, that you could do sets of 10 to 15. I wouldn't expect to see any smaller sets than that. But the reason it's not a full-on grip stimulus today is because you don't need to use grip for wall walks. In fact, open hands for wall walks are going to feel like a lot of a recovery for the hands or for the forearms. So you actually get a little bit of recovery built in today, which is great. All right, my time was 10:42, I believe it was. So capped at 20, feels right. Chip away, enjoy.